Welcome back. That's right. Arun Jaitley has completed his big budget speech. It's been over in 90 minutes. And if you compare that to his long 2.5-hour speech in July, this has been much shorter and many will say more substantial. Shorter than what it was in July and certainly more substantial. Is it path-breaking? Has Arun Jaitley really broken new ground? Has this been the big opportunity, and has the government to some extent seized that opportunity? Is the big question that we will raise as Mr. Jaitley completes the formalities there in Parliament. Sumitra Mahajan, the Speaker, reading out the final elements of that budget speech. Remember, expectations high, and the belief is that particularly on the tax front, Mr. Jaitley has attempted to make several changes that will be seen as potentially providing a roadmap towards a more rationalization of the tax structure. That perhaps will be seen as an important step forward that the Finance Minister has taken in this budget. Okay, let's just for a moment give you a sense of what's happening and get immediate reactions. I've asked all my panelists, I've given them an option of excellent, good, average and poor. I'm going to start with you, Dr. Baru. Your rating of this budget, you've got that little, you're giving it excellent.
Excellent.
So in that sense, what you discussed before the budget, this was the big chance or last chance that the Jaitley-Modi team had. You believe they've grabbed the chance?
Yes, I think all the signals are positive. I don't see any major negative, except I think I'll end up paying a little more tax as a result of some of his initiatives. But I think it's all the right signals. I mean, really, what is it more that I would have expected out of this budget? I can't think of anything more.
Okay, that's impressive. That Gurcharan Das.
I'd give it good. And the reason for that is that I think it's a workmanlike budget. But I missed that, you know, he wanted us to fly. This is India's chance to fly.
That's what he said, yeah, at the start.
And I didn't see that. The vision, I didn't see the roadmap. Even there were a lot of ideas on Make in India, but he did not consolidate them into giving me a sense that all this, whether the infrastructure spending, good things in this budget, you know.
I'll come to the specifics in a moment. I just want to get immediate first reactions.
Yeah. Very easily excellent. If you had excellent plus, I would give that.
Are you going to say that this is therefore a budget in the same league that you would put 91, 97 and 2015? Is it path-breaking? When you say excellent plus, you obviously mean that it is path-breaking.
It's certainly the most impressive budget since 1991. Now, 1991 wasn't a crisis, changed the structure of the economy, or changed the structure of taxation, etc. This one is about as close as you can get to a big bang budget that we have been talking about.
And what's the big bang? Is it what I suggested, a genuine move towards some kind of tax rationalization?
Tax rationalization, growth objectives,
financial
infrastructure,
reforms,
pension, alleviation of poverty. Basically, I would like our panelists, etc., to discuss what is it that they found lacking. And I will ask Gurcharan Das also that later. What is it that if you had made the budget, what is it that you should have included?
Okay, we'll come to that, and you've got reason to cheer as well, because a lot of the suggestions that you were putting as a banker, particularly in terms of financial reforms, are there in the budget. What are you rating it, Meena?
I rate it as very average.
Average after all that, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad he took my suggestions, so, you know, great minds think alike. But the problem, I think, certainly I will give him credit for the fact that it was a well-presented budget, unlike last year, where we were going with 1 crore and 5 crores and 20 crores. But here's the problem. There has been a slippage in fiscal consolidation, which has moved, you know, the target has moved. We have no roadmap or no timelines for GST. DTC has been abandoned in totality. I mean, he's just saying that we're not going to do it. He's in fact gone down the route of, you know, further small ticket concessions, so we're moving away from that. They've come up with this public debt management agency, which is really, I mean, perhaps showing signs of problems with the Reserve Bank of India, because actually they're doing quite a good job on that. And we see nothing in terms of simplification of the tax regime in terms of where we are going.
Okay.
The good signs, of course, I'm very happy about the monetization of gold. I think that's an excellent step. And I think it's also a very progressive step that wealth tax has been abolished in terms of...
But it's going to be replaced by another tax. So, I mean, you know, Ajay Jakhar from first part of his speech, there was a lot of attention that he tried to give, or perhaps send out the signal that this government is serious about agriculture, this government wants to do something about the agriculture sector, mentioned it more than once. So your rating?
I think it's a good budget, and because it was a very short speech compared to last time, so there are lots of details that are not there. And once you have the fine print, once you read the annexures, we can take a more serious call on this, but first impressions would be good.
Money?
I'm not going to give it bad, I'm going to give it average.
Which for Jaitley is as good as he can get. If Mani Shankar Iyer rates it an average budget, that's pretty good. But your sense? Yes, Mani.
The reason why I don't give it a bad rating is that there hasn't been slippage in the areas in which I'm concerned, which is agriculture, small industry and the social security areas. But I give it an average because there has been no understanding shown of the real problems of the poor, which is last mile delivery of whatever goods and services, public goods and services, the government delivers to the people. And there is absolutely no role that is provided for in their form of cooperative federalism for taking power, not just from the center to the states, but taking it down to the local governments.
Can we then come now to specifics? The specifics that you saw. Gurcharan Das, you're the one who's put a question mark in a sense as to where is that roadmap that he laid out. Surjit Bhalla wants to know what is it that you would have liked to see in this budget that you did not see in the budget?
Well, I think I would have liked to have seen really the end to tax terrorism. I would have liked him to come out strongly. Last time, he made a very damaging statement at the beginning of the budget about the sovereign right of a nation to do this. I would have gone like Chidambaram suggested. They should just repeal that law, the retrospective tax law. And so, you know, the lingering of that whole area of tax terrorism.